Welcome in, everybody. This is game number 2 of our doubleheader. Leading off here for St. Francis will be Mikhail McCown. Excuse me, Mikhail McCown. He was 1 for 5 with 1 run scored and 1 RBI in game number 1 of the series yesterday. He did pinch run in game number 2. Up in this count, 1-0. Mikhail entering today with a 161 batting average, 5 hits, 6 runs scored, and 31 ABs with 1 home run and 5 RBI, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. Gets him looking for out number 1. It's going to bring to the plate Jack Harris. Jack is 5 for 8, 2 runs scored, 2 RBI in this series. Looking to get the Cougars started here in the top of the first. Once again, St. Francis is the visiting team here. Harris swings at the second pitch, drilled into left field for a 1-out single. Jack Harris now extends his hitting streak to 6 games. That'll bring up Tyler Prince, who's also swinging it well. Prince, 3 for 6, 2 runs scored, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch in this series. So Tyler knows how to get on base. He'll check that first pitch for strike 1. Jack Harris getting the first hit of the game. Here for the Cougs. On the bump, that's Colby Mawson. 0-2 is your count. Throughout this series, you'll know Colby Mawson as the second baseman. He's on the bump here in game number 3. Mawson, a 3.65 ERA with 1 complete game. In 12.1 innings pitched, he's given up 6 runs, 5 of those earned, 12 hits, 4 walks, 9 strikeouts, and opposing batters are hitting .250 against him. Slow roller over to Bontrager. Gets the lead runner for out number 2. Prince reaches on the fielder's choice.
Princey, 0-2, what was it? Hey, let's go, Fry.
It's going to bring up number 33, Noah Frymuth. Frymuth is 1 for 5 in this series, 3 runs scored, and a walk. Had a big RBI double last game that scored Prince from second. Takes that first pitch in there for a strike. Mawson doing a good job here on these first pitch strikes. Just missing the zone. 1-1's your count with 2 outs. Good check there by Frymuth at the plate. Getting this game started about 1:30. Rain's expected to hit sometime around 3. Big cut at number 33. Frymuth, 6'3", 220 pounds, center fielder. Also a relief pitcher, full count. With 2 outs, Prince at first. Off speed. Frymuth trying to leg it out. Strobel comes up throwing and throws it right into the back of Frymuth. He is safe. What? They just called runner's interference.
Let's go, let's go.
What the?
So that will do as we head to the bottom of the first. 0-0.
He wasn't. Soon as you get to that line, guys, you have to get it.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Welcome back here to Cougar Field at the Ash Center. On the bump for St. Francis, it's Kyle DeConnick, a 1.50 ERA, 1-0 record on the season. In 12 innings pitched, he's given up 9 runs. Only 2 of those are earned. 8 hits, 7 walks, 11 strikeouts. Opposing batters are hitting 186 against Kyle. He's a junior, 6'2", 195 pounds from Auburn, Indiana. Perrysburg High School. He's a transfer from Bluffton University, the Division III Beavers. Leading it off is Bobby Garcia. Garcia was 1 for 3 in the first game of our doubleheader. He's now 2 for 7 on the day, or on the series. Takes that first pitch for a ball. Garcia, the team's best batting average at .355 entering today. 1-1 your count. Started at third base in game number 1 yesterday, and game number 2 today. Started at shortstop. That ball is going to fall right in between Prince, Bova, and McCowan for a leadoff single. Garcia reaches. That'll bring up number 6, Ben Longacre. Longacre was 1 for 3 in game number 2. 2 for 8 with 2 runs scored in this series. And they're going to give St. Francis an error on that last play as the count's 1-0. We'll see who the error is on. I'll call that on the second baseman, Tony Bova. So Garcia on first after the E4. 1-1 your count to Longacre. Called second strike. Longacre has 1 strikeout in this series. The check swing, and they'll call him safe. That is as close as it gets right there. I have a 2-2 count. Longacre, the number 2 batter, into shallow center field. That'd be a can of corn there for Noah Frymuth. As Frymuth drops it, he'll get the lead runner on the 8-6. So Longacre reaches first on the E8. Back-to-back errors for St. Francis. That'll bring up Clint Strobel. Strobel, the starting catcher for both games so far in this series, takes that first pitch for a strike. He was 0 for 2 in game number 2. He's 1 for 5 in the series. And they're going to call that a foul ball. 0-2's your count. So it looks like they're not going to give an error to Frymuth since he got the lead runner. They're just going to call that a fielder's choice. No error.
Hey, let's get him, DK.
As it popped right out of his glove. Oh, 2 is your count. Clint Strobel, the second. That ball drilled into left field, and that's going to get past Jack Harris. Longacre to third. Throw comes in. They're going to wave him home. Brady Harris comes home with it. Not in time. RBI double. Be the first hit of the game here for Goshen. RBI double there by Clint Strobel. He ripped that ball into left. That'll bring up Tanner Logan. Tanner Logan in the first game today was 0 for 2 with 2 walks. St. Francis with 10 Ks there in the opening game of our doubleheader. 1-0 is the count now to Tanner Logan. On deck, it's going to be Cody McGuire. Ball hit right at Harris. Over to Prince for out number 2. That will advance the courtesy runner to third. It's going to bring up Cody McGuire, who's 0 for 6 in this series. Starting first baseman. With a walk and an RBI as well. McGuire now batting in the 5 spot, playing first base. Swings at the first pitch, hit right at Caden Sullivan. Comes up firing for out number 3. We'll head to the top of the second. Goshen gets on the board first, 1-0.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus. It's on Mirror Lake. And the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Welcome back, everybody, here in the top of the second. We will have Tanner Gaff, Tony Bova, and Jacob Nagy. So that first pitch taken inside for ball one for Gaff. Yesterday had the big grand slam. Tanner in the series, 1 for 5, 2 walks, 2 runs scored, and 4 RBI for the junior, Tanner Gaff. 6'4", 220 pounds from Columbia City, Indiana, Whitco High School. Grounds out to the second baseman. That's Grooms, seeing his first action in the series. That's going to bring up Tony Bova. Jason Grooms. He's got a 125 batting average, 2 hits and 16 ABs for Grooms. Grooms is a sophomore from Goshen, Indiana, and transferred to Goshen from Ancilla College. 0-1's your count. Bova with the swing and a miss. Tony in this series, 3 for 6 at the plate, 2 RBI. He's got a handful of steals as well. He had 1 last game. And in game number 1 of the series, I don't think he had a stolen base. He leads the team with 5 stolen bases. Goes down for out number 2 on the strikeout. That'll bring up Jacob Nagy, starting quarterback. Starting catcher, he's 1 for 4 at the dish, 2 RBIs and a strikeout. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Good eyes, the count's evened up at 1 apiece. Nagy now up in the count, 2-1. Now to Nagy. Two outs, top of the second. It's Goshen up 1-0. Breaking ball. Yeah, that fell right in for a strike, I believe. No, that's a walk. we were all confused on that one. But we will take it. Justice Tussing to run for Jacob Nagy. Good eye at the plate. Good eye. This can bring up number 20, Brady Harris, the shortstop. 2 for 8 with a run scored and a walk in this series. Harris struck out 3 times last game. That game number 1, he was 2 for 4 with a run and a walk. This is Kobe Mawson once again on the bump. Mawson last year was their best pitcher with a 3.80 ERA. Only giving up 10 runs in 23.2 innings pitched. Opposing batters are hitting .212 against him. 2-0's the count. Slow roller. That's a one-hop chop to Bontrager, comes up firing for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the second. 1-0. Goshen on top.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team.
I mean, I always had my family behind me, I always had my team behind me, but to have staff that wanted the best for me and to get me feeling better the quickest was really great.
So the first pitch to Bontrager is a ball, 1-0 is your count. Austin 0 for 5 in this series, 2 strikeouts and a walk. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. Ooh, just missing for ball number 2. Big swing and a miss. Bontrager swinging for the fences on that last one. 2-2 with 0 outs. This ball sliced into right field. Mikhail McCowan camping underneath it for out number 1. Mikhail getting the start in right field here in game number 3 of the series. That'll bring up number 7, Brighton Schofield. Schofield 1 for 6 with 4 strikeouts and 2 walks in this series. Checks that first pitch for ball 1. Schofield last game was 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a walk. Counts evened up at 1 apiece for Kyle DeConnick. Kyle last time out gave up 3 runs. 0 of those were earned, as that'll be called a strike. 6 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 9 batters faced at Pikeville. That was back on March the 1st. 1-2 now. Big swing and a miss. Brighton Schofield goes down swinging. First strikeout of the game for Kyle DeConnick. That brings up Jason Grooms, his first plate appearance in this series for the sophomore second baseman. That pitch just misses upstairs for ball 1. Two O's the count. Make it 3-0. So taken all the way there, DeConnick finds the zone for strike number 1. Now we got a full count with 2 outs to Jason Grooms. Grooms, once again, entering today with a 125 batting average for the sophomore. Ball in the dirt. He'll draw the walk. 2 outs, runner at first base for Bailey Owens. Owens got the start in game number 2 of the series. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a walk. First pitch, swing and a miss for Bailey Owens. Owens, a freshman, Kokomo, Indiana, Taylor High School. Wind really starting to pick up here, blowing straight into the camera. 0-2 is your count out of Owens. Prince is holding on Grooms at first. Pitch misses upstairs for ball 1. Bailey Owens did have a sacrifice fly there in that game number 2. This ball hit right into left field. Jack Harris makes a snag for out number 3. We head to the top of the third, still 1-0 Goshen.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Leading off for St. Francis here in the top of the third. It's going to be the number 9 hitter, Caden Sullivan, who's 1 for 4 in this series. Then the top of the order, Mikhail McCowan, Jack Harris. Caden, a 158 batting average, entering today's doubleheader. In game number 2 earlier today, Caden was 1 for 3 at the dish. Was 0 for 1 in game number 1.
If I was, let me see. Yeah.
First pitch hit right at Bontrager. I'll tell you, he eats him up over there at third, and he's got a strong arm. Good defense at third baseman. Out, number 1. That'll bring up number 6, Mikhail McCown, who struck out looking in his first AB for Mikhail. Mikhail entering today with a 158 batting average. Takes that first pitch for strike 1. Two balls, 1 strike. Three and 1 now to Mikhail McCowan. He was hitting the ball really hard. That one backhanded by Garcia, not in time, as McCowan beats it out for the 1-out single. USF's second hit of the game.
Gets you on base. Well done.
That'll bring the plate Jack Harris. Had a single in his first AB, thrown out at second base on a fielder's choice. First pitch is going to be a strike. Jack Harris swinging the best bat of any of the Cougs. Once again, 5 for 8 in the series. Make that, wow. He's now 7 for 10 in the series, batting .700. Did that ball go out of play? That's going to advance both runners. So we got runners now at second and third for Tyler Prince. Back-to-back singles. Cougs starting to rough up Colby Mawson. Mawson, the junior pitcher from Tipton, Indiana, Tri-Central High School. That ball got thrown through the dugout. Tyler Prince swinging the second hottest bat, as he is 3 for 6, 2 runs scored, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch in this series. Jack Harris climbing into the top 5 batting average in the Crossroads League. Ball in the dirt, 1-0's your count. With 1 out, runners at second and third. This could be a big inning for St. Francis. We're in the meat of the order right now. This is the 3 batter. Prince going to check it low for ball 2. Mawson, the righty, working out of the stretch. Colby delivers. Another one low. 3-0's your count. Big opportunity for Prince. We'll see if he's taken all the way. Another one low. 4 straight pitches results in bases loaded as Tyler Prince draws the walk. That's going to bring to the plate number 33, Noah Frymuth. Hit one off the end of the bat in his first AB, picked up by the catcher. Catcher threw it right into the back of Frymuth, but he was not inside the first base line. So they called runner's interference. 1-0's the count. You got to be inside that box once you hit that horizontal line there down first base. He was not. He was on the left side of it. Ball hit him in the back. He's out in that game of tag. But Noah's up in this count, 1-0. Frymuth 1 for 6 at the plate in this series.
There you go.
And safe at home is Michael McCowan. This game is tied at 1 on the sacrifice by Noah Frymuth. Runners advance to second and third with just 2 outs. He's going to bring up Tanner Gaff. the big lefty. Gaff takes that first pitch for ball 1. He's 1 for 5 in the series. Excuse me, 1 for 6 in the series. He grounded out to the second baseman in his first AB. This ball's drilled into left field. Could it be? And it drops right in front of the fence. 2 runs come home to score on the 2 RBI double by Tanner Gaff. Cougs up 3-1. How about Tanner Gaff going oppo once again, scoring 2 this time. Oh, it's been a big series for Tanner Gaff now with 6 RBI against the Goshen Maple Leafs. It's going to bring up Tony Bova.
Hi, baby Gaff.
Bova picked up by Bontrager, and that will not be scooped out by McGuire. Gaff will make his way to third on the E5. E5. Bontrager with the errant throw. The second error of the game for Goshen. That'll bring up the catcher, Jacob Nagy. Nagy walked in his first AB. He's 1 for 4 with 2 RBI in the series.
What are you saying, Nag? Have some fun here, Nag. Come on, boy.
Nagy, come here, neck one.
0-1 your count to Nagy. Back and safe.
Let me drive the boat. I want to drive the boat.
I was trying to slyly steal the game, and I was hoping you were going to.
No, it's not. Yeah. If you would have threw over it. But like, hey, that scared me. I was like, I saw him running. I was like,
Come on, Nagy, let's go. Focus up, Jack.
0-2. 0-2 your count to Nagy. Oh, they got Bova at first. And there's a pickle. And great job blocking the plate. Tanner Gaff scores! Tanner Gaff scores as the ball was out of the catcher's hand, Clinton Strobel. 4-1 St. Francis.
Don't block the plate. Hey, 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 hey. Don't do that.
We'll take a break as Strobel gets attended to.
Sports medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, you know, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting me up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen, and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
We are back, and it's Jacob Nagy at the plate, 0-2 count, with the runner at second base after the score by Tanner Gaff. Slow roller to second. Grooms fires for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Cougs up 4-1.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot. Here he comes. And look at his cross.
Shot hits the post, and the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores!
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Well, once again, a big inning there for the Cougs, putting up a 4 spot. As Nagy grounds out to second for the final out. 8 batters reached the plate there in the inning. Let's take another look at Tanner Gaff. The pickoff attempt went to first base. Gaff comes home. Good job of blocking the plate by Strobel, but he drops the ball. Then Gaff touches the plate. A wild, wild play. Before that, it was Gaff with a 2 RBI double. Bobby Garcia going to lead it off here in the bottom of the third for Goshen. Three errors in this game now for the Maple Leafs, as that first one's fouled away. 0-1's your count. Ball inside and low. Garcia scoots back. 1-1's your count. Two 2-1 now. Garcia reached on an E4 back in the first. He's 2 for 8 in this series. 3-1's your count. Ooh. Garcia draws the walk. Working against Kyle DeConnick. The Maple Leafs' next Crossroads League game will be against Bethel, and that's on March the 15th. That'll be a series, 3-game series at Goshen. Your batter now is Ben Longacre. Center fielder. 2 for 8 in this series. Reached on a fielder's choice in his first AB. First pitch is the ball. DeConnick, the lefty, he's keeping Garcia close to first base. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. The 1-1 now to Longacre, who was an honorable mention selection a year ago in the Crossroads League. Rips it foul down the left field line. 1-2 is your count. It was Longacre and I believe Strobel. Both were honorable mention last year. Both batted over 300. Strobel with 4 home runs. Longacre with 5. Pitch misses inside. Counts evened up at 2 apiece. Kyle DeConnick with 1 strikeout and 2 walks in this game. Garcia held tight at first. This one ripped down the right field line. Mikhail McCowan tracking it down. That's going to be extra bases for Longacre. Slides in with a double. Garcia advances to third. 0 outs here. We have runners in scoring position. Goshen down by 3, getting their second hit of the game. That'll bring up Clint Strobel, the catcher. Nice to see him back out there after that play at the plate. He and Tanner Gaff colliding. Gaff goes 6'4", 300. Gaff goes 6'4", 220. Strobel goes 6'2", 215. That was a big collision at the plate. This ball is drilled into left field and gone. A 3-run home run by Clinton Strobel is going to score Bobby Garcia and Ben Longacre. 3-run jack ties it up 4-4. Big jack by Clinton Strobel. Brings the plate Tanner Logan. Logan grounded out to the shortstop in his first AB. First ball in the dirt for ball 1. We do have 0 outs here in the bottom of the third. And just like that, we're tied. Strobel turned on it and yoked it. The wind has died down just a little bit here at Cougar Field. That one off his heel. Foul, 2-1 your count. This ball gets over the head of Jack Harris. Legging out the double there will be Tanner Logan. Oh, comes up like a ninja. Logan was looking like Sub-Zero coming up from that slide. Cody McGuire now at the plate. McGuire grounded out to Sully, third baseman in his first AB. 1-0 is your count. Both teams now with 4 hits. We have a runner at second. 2-0 now the count. Head coach Dustin Butcher going to come out to calm down DeConnick. We'll be right back.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
DeConnick upstairs for ball 3. 3-0 now the count to Cody McGuire. McGuire's 0 for 6 in this series with 1 walk. He's actually 0 for 7 in the series. Big swing and a miss. St. Francis getting arms up in the bullpen. DeConnick from the stretch. Upstairs. We have runners at first and second now. DeConnick's 3rd walk of the game. Looks like Coach Dustin Butcher going to bring in a relief pitcher. We'll see if it's not Matt Fiorini. Because we have 0 outs and runners at first and third. We'll be right back with you to see who the relief pitcher is.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot. Here he comes. And Lucas Craw.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Welcome back, everybody. Your pitcher is Charlie Betts, entering today with a 7.71 ERA. He has pitched in 6 games, 4.2 innings under his belt, 4 runs, all of those earned, 4 hits given up, 7 walks, 3 strikeouts, and opposing hitters are batting .211 against Charlie Betts. Betts, a junior righty at 6'1", 185 from Lake Village, Indiana. North Newton High School. He's in a bit of a jam here. Runners at first and second. No outs. Kyle DeConnick went 2 innings pitched, 53 pitches, gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 of those earned, 1 strikeout, 3 walks. Gave up the big jack to Clinton Strobel, the catcher. Austin Bontrager at the plate, checks that first pitch for a strike. Bontrager popped out to right field in his first AB. He's now 0 for 6 in the series with 2 Ks and a walk. For the freshman third baseman, I think Goshen's found their third baseman for the next few years. He's been awesome at the hot corner. That allowed them to move Garcia over to shortstop. 1-1's your count. Caden Sullivan playing really good third base for St. Francis here in games number 2 and 3. That ball off the handle. Lazy fly ball called by Bova. It's going to fall in fair territory. Tries to flip it over. That was wild. That ball definitely landed in fair territory, I do believe. Let's take another look at it, folks. Pop up. Bova calling for it. That ball landed in fair territory. But the infield fly rule should have been called. And since the runner never tagged up, he called the infield fly. It's definitely an infield fly rule because you had runners at first and second. That avoids the infielder from dropping it purposely and throwing it to third and second for a double play. Either the batter is out or the guy at second base is out for not tagging up. Which one is it? Well, I guess he wouldn't have to tag up because then confusing stuff. Once again, folks, we'll take another look at it. Just so that you know, this ball does fall in about a yard off the right field line, first base line, I should say. Bova tried to flip it over to first. I did not hear an infield fly called. Interesting stuff. So it's looking like Bontrager should be out here on the infield fly. That would move Logan back to second, McGuire back to first. Although Coach Butcher's not looking too happy, so we'll probably have bases loaded with 0 outs. Once again, a pop fly hit into the infield with runners at first and second. Being infield fly rule. The other one was Concordia. Yeah. We'll check the definition here of the infield fly rule. The infield fly rule is a rule of baseball that treats certain fly balls as though caught before the ball is caught, even if the infielder fails to catch it or drops it on purpose. The umpire's declaration of an infield fly means that the batter is out, regardless of whether the ball is caught. The rule exists solely to prevent the defense from executing a double play or triple play by deliberating by deliberately failing to catch the ball that an infielder could catch with ordinary effort.
Harold, don't be talking to him, bro.
So what are they going to call that one? So that is going to be ruled a hit, the 5th hit of the game for Goshen. Bontrager getting his first hit of the series on that lazy fly to first base. Your batter now is Brighton Schofield, 1-0's the count. 1-1 now to Schofield. Bases loaded, 0 outs. I know Bova thought that ball was going to be hit more towards him. It started tailing away there with the wind. The wind keeps switching direction, now blowing from left to right on your screen as the rain clouds are coming in. It's looking like the Clouds will hit Fort Wayne at 4:13, so we should be able to get this game in. As going down is Schofield for out number 1. That'll bring up Jason Grooms. Grooms walked in his first AB. He's 0 for 0 in the series, swing and a miss. We still got bases loaded. Charlie Betts getting his first strikeout of Schofield there, swinging. Ball over to Harris, flips it to Bova. Bova having a hard time getting it out of his glove as Goshen is going to take the lead at 5-4. Coming home to score is Tanner Logan. McGuire now at third. We have runners at the corners. First pitch is upstairs to Bailey Owens. 1-0's the count. Ben Longacre now with 2 runs scored in this game. His team up 5-4. Counts evened up. 1 apiece. Owens now 0 for 3 in this series. Beautiful pitch. 1-2 with 2 outs. It's Grooms at first. Betts and Grooms is off. Hit and run was on. Count will remain at 1-2 after the foul ball. Betts now at 12 pitches under his belt. 1 strikeout, giving up 1 hit. Another one fouled away. Wow. We're evened up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Betts just misses inside. Full count. Bailey Owens. Bailey Owens is the 9th batter of the inning. Got to get him out or else I'm running out of space on my scorebook. Betts the righty. Off speed, gets him! For out number 3. Second strikeout for Charlie Betts as we head to the top of the 4th.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off today. Remember, folks, you're going to want to make sure to get on the USF Baseball Facebook fan page so you can see all the highlights from this series. Or you can get on the Twitter account, SF Cougars. All the highlights are posted there as well. Five, 5-3 for Goshen, 4-4-1 for St. Francis. Leading off for your Cougs, Brady Harris batting out of the 8th spot. He's a leadoff hitter in games 1 and 2. Here in game 3, grounded out to the third baseman, Bontrager in his first AB. It's Colby Mawson on the bump. Brady now 2 for 9 at the dish in this series. Another one. Nicely done by Mawson. Colby Mawson in this game, 49 pitches in under his belt as that ball's in the dirt. 4 hits, 4 runs given up, 3 of those earned, 2 strikeouts and 2 walks in 3 innings for Mawson. Up in this count, 1-2. Tying his shoelaces will be number 10, Grooms, at second. It's Jason Grooms. The 1-2. Fouled away by Brady Harris, staying alive at the dish. So Harris goes down for out number 1. That'll bring to the plate Caden Sullivan. Sully grounded out to third in his first AB. He is 1 for 5 in the series. Caden Sullivan, the righty, playing one heck of a third base in this series. 0-1 is your count. Sully right up the gut. Garcia has it, fires to McGuire for out number 2. 6-3 for out number 2. That brings up the leadoff batter, Mikhail McCowan. Mikhail singled and scored a run back in the third, struck out looking in the first. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Ball in the dirt for ball 1. Wind's picking up once again, blowing into the camera. It's a constant struggle with this wind as it keeps swirling and changing directions. Did look like it was pushing out to left field on Strobel's 3-run jack. That tied the game at 4. And Goshen got one more there. The bottom of the third. McCowan will take that one for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs for the Cougs. Mikhail swings at 1 in the dirt. 2-2 now the count. Well, that will do it for the Cougs. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. 5-4, Goshen.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Well, folks, the first sign of rain is about an hour away, and we are in the 4th, moving along nicely here in game number 3 of our series. Colby Mawson now, 4 innings pitched under his belt, 4 hits, 4 runs given up, 3 earned, 4 strikeouts, and 2 walks. He had 2 strikeouts there in the top of the 4th. Goshen batted around the order there in the 3rd inning. They're going to lead it off with Bobby Garcia, the leadoff hitter. Garcia walked and scored a run in his last AB. He's 2 for 8 at the plate in this series. For Bobby Garcia, starting shortstop here in game 2 and 3. 1-0 is your count. Checks that for strike 1. 1-1's your count. That ball ripped right at Bova. Route number 1. That'll bring up Ben Longacre with 1 out. Entering today, Kyle DeConnick was ranked number 2 in the Crossroads League with a 1.50 ERA. Also ranked number 5 in the Crossroads League with opposing batters hitting 186 against him. 0-1's your count. To Longacre, starting center fielder. Longacre out in front of that one. 0-2's the count. Tyler Prince, ranked number 16 in the conference with a .324 batting average. We talked about Jack Harris. Games to at-bats, I guess he just doesn't figure in, but he should be in the number 4 spot. And that's not going away anytime soon. Jack just keeps ripping the cover off the ball. 1 and 2 is just count to Longacre. This ball is drilled to left. Harris camping underneath it for out number 2.
Great job, Charlie Bats. Closer inning.
FO7 is going to bring up Clint Strobel, and we got somebody hitting for Strobel. I think he's out of the game now after that collision at the plate. And really hard to read these numbers here for Goshen. What is that, number 35 maybe? Zach Manny's freshman infielder. 0-1's your count. It's definitely not Jordan Daniels that we saw yesterday. Manny's looked at it for ball 1. That was real close. Good pitch there by Betts. Nah, that looks like Jordan Daniels, number 36. Hard to tell. Daniels is wearing the cover over his ears. He's got long hair. Just can't tell today. Daniels is a freshman catcher. Checks that for ball number 2. Daniels did come in on relief of Strobel in game number 1, did not record an AB. He went all the way around. 2-2 the count. 2 outs. Charlie Betts really starting to settle down here in his second inning of work. He's got 2 strikeouts under his belt, 0 walks, just 26 pitches. Ooh, just misses on the outside. Full count. This is low. Daniel's going to draw the walk. Should have a courtesy runner coming in for the big catcher.
3 times, 4-9, get in the next one.
That's Jordan Daniels.
Control what you can control, Charles.
Courtesy runners, number 9. Chase Hunter. So Chase Hunter at first for your batter, Tanner Logan, who doubled his last AB and scored a run. First pitch is a ball to Logan.
Boys, let's go.
Three 3-0 now the count for Betts. Working against Jason Grooms. So he'll draw the walk. Second straight walk here by Betts. So at 2 outs, we have runners at first and second for Cody McGuire, number 17. Cody 0 for 1 in this game with a walk. First pitch low for ball 1. Charlie now with 2 walks and 2 strikeouts in this game. McGuire's 0 for 7 at the plate. Let's make it 0 for 8. Fly out to Brady Harris. Head to the top of the 5th. 5, 4. Goshen.
We got to grind. Let's go.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Leading it off here, it's Jack Harris. This is who you want at the plate. 2 for 2 in this game, 7 for 9 in the series for Jack Harris. You're going to see Jack Harris ascend to the top of the Crossroads League, that's for sure. Little bit low there for strike number 2. 0-2 is your count. Harris. Good eye upstairs, 1-2.
Good? Okay, let's go.
Again, that's Kobe Maulson on the bump. Swinging the ball in the dirt. Good work there by the freshman catcher, Jordan Daniels, for out number 1. As Harris goes down swinging. It's going to bring up Tyler Prince. Prince with a walk and a fielder's choice in this game, 3 for 6 in the series with 2 runs scored. He's got 3 walks in the series. Prince with 1 out, and his team's down by 1.
Here we go, bud.
1-0 the count to TP. Ball missed outside. 2-0's the count. Two 2-1 now to Tyler Prince, the super sophomore. Offensively, as that's a swing and a miss, 2-2. Offensively, the Cougars really only going to be losing Tony Bova and David Snyder. They'll bring back a lot of firepower next year as well. Swing and a miss for out number 2. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Colby Maulson. top of the 5th. That'll bring up Noah Frymuth. Maulson now with 68 pitches under his belt. Frymuth 0 for 2 in this game, but does have an RBI. 1-0 is the count.
Get yours now, kid.
Up and in for ball 2. Toes are frozen. Ew. 2-1 now on the called strike. Currently says 42 degrees. My toes say otherwise. 2-2 is your count. Got a full count now. Noah Frymuth. Once you complete 5 innings, it's a complete game. Frymuth gets caught looking for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Cougs still down by 1.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot. Here he comes. And Lucas Craw.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Welcome back. It's going to be Austin Bontrager to lead it off. Here for Goshen. The freshman third baseman is 1 for 2 in this game. He picked up his first hit of the series back in the 3rd. It was a single, popped out to right field back in the 2nd. It's Charlie Betts on the bump for St. Francis. Charlie, with 36 pitches under his belt, has given up 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks for Charlie Betts. First pitch going to be fouled out of play for strike 1. This ball ripped into left field. Leadoff single for the freshman. Hey, how about back-to-back hits there for Austin Bontrager? Back-to-back singles. Brings up Brighton Schofield, the left fielder. First pitch is a swing and a miss. Schofield has struck out in both at-bats in this game. He's got 6 strikeouts in the series. One more wouldn't be too bad here if Charlie Betts can muster his 3rd of the game. 1-1's your count. Betts, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Called second strike. 1 and 2 is the count. Tyler Prince holding on Bontrager at first. Betts will check him out of the stretch. Upstairs for ball 2. 2 and 2 is your count. Gonna have to figure out a way of getting these hand warmers into my boots. Schofield once again 1 for 8 in the series. 2 strikeouts, or excuse me, 3 strikeouts now in this game. Bam! Betts picking up his third. Jason Grooms now the batter after Schofield goes down looking. First pitch is a strike to Grooms. This ball is punched right at Bova. Flips it to Harris for the 4-6-3 double play as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Cougs down by 1.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot. Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And a centering feed to Luke Knipscher. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God.
Tanner Gaff leading it off for St. Francis. Takes that first pitch low for ball 1. 4-4-1 for St. Francis, 5-6-3 for Goshen.
Come on, Tanner, pull the pin. Pull the pin, Tanner. Come on, Tanner.
Gaff up in this count, 0-1. That ball's ripped up the gut. Nice grab by Garcia. Cannot find the handle as Gaff beats it out for the 5th hit of the game. Tanner Gaff.
Come on, Tony Bowman, come on, baby.
Tanner Gaff now 2 for 3 at the plate. It's going to bring up Tony Bova, second baseman. Gaff, 2 for 3, legging it out. Bova puts down the bunt. Bontrager comes up firing. Oh! Bova called out on the bang bang play, but Gaff makes his way all the way to third. He's going to bring up Jacob Nagy. We got a runner at third base in scoring position for the catcher, Nagy. First pitch, strike to Nagy. Infield in at the edge of the grass. Good eye by Nagy at the plate. So that'll come in low for ball one. 1-1 your count. Here in the top of the sixth. This is game 2 of our doubleheader. This is a 7-inning game. We got an arm up in the bullpen for Goshen. Nagy takes it for strike number 2. Fly ball into the outfield, scores Gaff. And we'd be tied at 5. The rain is about 45 minutes away. So we are on the clock. Tick, 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 tick. Kobe Mawson, the righty. That ball's drilled into center field. Gaff comes home to score on the RBI single by Jacob Nagy. We are tied at 5. Big time. Cougs getting their 6th hit of the game. Ripped that ball up the gut. That's going to bring up number 20, Brady Harris.
Come on, Brady. Good job, boys. All the way.
Off and running is Tussing. He is safe with a stolen base.
Wow.
0-2 is your count to Brady Harris, with Tussing now at second. We got a runner in scoring position, just 1 out. Swing and a miss. Harris with the second strikeout of the game, his 5th in the series. That'll bring up Caden Sullivan.
Let's go.
Sullivan 0 for 2 in this game with 2 ground outs, 1 to third, 1 to short. Down in the count 0-1. Oh, 1, Tussing at second. Oh, swinging at a ball in the dirt. It's going to get past Daniels. Tussing now at third with the 0-2. Tussing takes third on the pass ball by Jordan Daniels. 0-2, Sullivan got a chance to play the role of hero. Swing and a miss at the ball in the dirt. We will head to the bottom of the 6th. We are tied at 5 after that big hit.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far. So they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education, but also the experience.
It's going to be the number 9 hitter, Bailey Owens. In the top of the lineup, Garcia and Longacre for Goshen. 6'5" for St. Francis, 5'6" for St. Francis, 5'6" for Goshen. Owens is 0 for 2 in this game with a strikeout and a pop fly. 0-1's your count. Wind once again blowing right into the camera from right to left. 0-2. Betts serving it up on the mound. Betts, after 3 innings, has given up 2 hits. He has 3 strikeouts and 2 walks, 45 pitches. Colby Mawson has 4 strikeouts in this game. 1-2's your count. Nubber. Wolf flips it over to Betts for out number 1. That was Tyler Prince, excuse me, over to Betts. That'll bring up Bobby Garcia, the leadoff hitter. Garcia 0 for 2 with a run scored and a walk. Swings at the first pitch, foul for strike 1. 0-1's your count. Cougs going to have to score there in the top of the 7th. I'm afraid it's going to be their last opportunity to bat with the clouds coming in. (0-2) is your count now to Bobby Garcia. Garcia 2 for 9 in this series, an RBI, 2 strikeouts, and a run scored, 1 walk. I would say by far the player of the series for either squad has been Jack Harris, who's 2 for 3 in this game. Now 7 of 11. Harris to Prince for out number 2. That'll bring up Ben Longacre. 2 runs scored in this game. He's 1 for 2 with a double. He also reached on a fielder's choice. Longacre 3 for 9 in this series with 4 runs scored and a strikeout. Playing a good center field as well. Plenty of putouts out in the field, that's for sure. Especially in that game yesterday. You can check out the stats on Game Changer. This ball swung on, hit deep to left center field. Frymuth tracks it down for out number 3. Cougs come into the top of the 7th, looking to break this tie at 5.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot. Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
So it's Mikhail McCowan to lead it off for St. Francis in the top of the 5th. Colby Mawson looking for his 2nd complete game of the season as that first pitch is a strike to McCowan. McCowan 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored back in the 3rd. Looks like we already got a raindrop on the lens there. 0-2's the count. 1-2 now to McHale. This is the top of the order for St. Francis. Leadoff batter, then the 2-hitter Harris and Prince. 1, 2, 3. Top of the lineup for St. Francis. Trying to crack this tie. Check swing is safe. 2-2 the count. McHale now 2 for 8 in this series. 2 runs scored and an RBI. He was ripping the ball all over the field yesterday. Nearly had a home run, which would have been his 2nd of the season. That's drilled foul.
Come on, man, gotta have it. I don't want it, I have to. I have to have it.
McHale battling at the dish with this 2-2 count. Working against Colby Mawson, the starter for Goshen. That'll be a swing and a miss for out number 1. For McHale, that'll be his 3rd strikeout of the game. For Mawson, that's his 10th strikeout. Wow, for Colby Mawson. First pitch going to be a strike. To Jack Harris. You can see Daniel setting up on that outside corner, and Mawson just keeps painting it. Jordan Daniels, a freshman catcher, coming in for Strobel. Another one outside, swing and a miss. Colby Mawson is straight dealing on the bump. That'll bring up Tyler Prince, who struck out in his last AB. And the rain is really starting to come down here. Let's see if we can keep our broadcast going. It's starting to get in on the computer here. First pitch, a strike to Prince. It's like Mawson can do no wrong right now on the bump. This ball hit to Bontrager, and that'll do it. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. 3 up, 3 down for the Cougs in the top half.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot. Here he comes. And Lucas Craw.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipster. Shot scores!
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Welcome back here in the bottom of the 7th. Rain coming down here at the World Baseball Academy, a little bit ahead of schedule. So if we're getting rain this early, trust me, these clouds are looking bad. It's going to be a downpour later on today. Leading it off is going to be Jordan Daniels, who walked in his first AB back in the 4th. Remember, it was Clint Strobel getting the start. He had an RBI double and a 3-run home run. First pitch is swing and a miss. Oh, 1 your count to Daniels. Betts now up in the count 0-2.
Hey, let's chase. Hey, he's not disciplined. Oh boy, hey, you're good, you're good.
Daniels checks that one low and outside. 1-2 your count. Once again, Daniels entering today 0 for 7 at the plate. He's still 0 for 7 with that walk. Checks that outside. 2-2 the count.
Hey, you're good for that right here.
Swing and a miss. Betts out number 1.
Keep dealing 4-9. Hey, we got one, we got one.
Charlie now with 4 strikeouts in this game.
Hey, keep working, 4-9, keep working.
Your batter's Tanner Logan.
I love it.
Nice pitch. Nice pitch.
Hey, my 4-9, I bet.
0-1 here to Logan. He is 1 for 2 in this game with a walk, a double, and a run scored. Betts, who came in a tough situation in the 3rd, has been grooving. That ball punched out into left center field. That will find the gap. Harris having a hard time tracking it down. Stand-up double. For Tanner Logan.
Hey, Charlie, you good?
It's going to bring up Cody McGuire. 0 for 2 in this game with a walk.
Hey, you're good, 4-9. Hey, keep working, 4-9. Keep working, kid. You're good. 4-9, you're game, baby. You're game. Let's keep working, babe. Hey, we got one.
First pitch, a swing and a miss. Goshen picks up its 7th hit of the game. St. Francis with 6. St. Francis had 15 hits in that game number 1. Really helped the team batting average. Right off the handle and out of play. 0-2 now with 1 out. Betts in the dirt for ball 1. St. Francis will next be in conference play on March the 15th at Marion for a 3-game series. The Marion Knights, winners of the Crossroads League tournament a year ago. I believe that's how it went.
Line it up, line it up.
Frymuth camping underneath it, and there's going to be no tag at second base, not on that cannon of an arm. Logan stays at second for Austin Bontrager. Bontrager picked up his first 2 hits of the series back in the 3rd and the 5th, both singles. As he is 2 for 8 at the plate in the series. Beautiful pitch. 0-2 now to Bontrager. Betts looking for strikeout number 5. Will he get it? 'Low. They're going to keep Logan at second. 1-2 now the count. Now we're about 20 minutes away from the heavy rains coming in. I will double check the radar next chance I get. Bontrager fouls it off. Count will remain at 1-2. Actually, the clouds have already reached us. Starts getting dark green about 4. Popped up and out of play. Was hoping that Nagy would have a chance at it. One, two outs to Austin Bontrager. Oh, just misses. 2-2 your count. Missing on the outside corner. We got a full count.
Hey, Charlie, whatever you want.
Charlie Betts, 71 pitches, only giving up 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. Betts 4 2/3 innings. Came in on the 3rd. I believe it was runners at first and second, 0 outs. Maybe it was bases loaded. Nah, I think it was first and second. The 3-2. Bontrager drills it into center. Frymuth right at it for out number 3. We'll be heading into extras, the top of the 8th coming up here in just a moment.
Let's go, boys. Come on.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Welcome back here in the top of the 8th. 5 runs on 6 hits and 1 error for St. Francis. Goshen, 5 runs, 7 hits, 4 errors for the Maple Leafs. Leading it off here for your Cougars, Noah Frymuth. Frymuth, who had the last 2 putouts there in the bottom of the 7th. He is 0 for 3 at the plate with a strikeout and an RBI. First pitch for ball 1. Looks like Frymuth. He got some dirt in his eye. The 0-1, 1-0. That ball is drilled into right center field, and it gets past the center fielder. Frymuth is flying. He's going to head for third. And a leadoff triple by Noah Frymuth. Well, that was pretty exciting. That'll bring to the plate Tanner Gaff with a man in scoring position. It's Frymuth at third. Good eye by Gaff. That ball in the dirt for Kobe Molson, the starting pitcher here in the 8th. Gaff had a single and scored a run back in the 6th, a 2 RBI double and scored a run back in the 3rd, and grounded out to second. He's 2 for 3 in this game with 2 runs scored. Gaff has 6 RBI in this series. He's warming his way into Coach Dustin Butcher's heart, that's for sure. Had that Oppo grand slam yesterday. Here he's got an opportunity to put St. Francis up 6-5 with Charlie Betts dealing on the bump. 3-0 now the count. Colby Mollison, I think they're going to have to bring in the righty from left field. We'll see what Coach Childers decides to do with the 3-0 count here. Taken all the way is Gaff, and that's a called strike number 1. Cougars picking up their 7th hit of the game after Frymuth races all the way to third. He went opposite field, hitting it over the right fielder's head. Right fielder Owens. Now we got a full count. Gaff has to get this ball in play. Anything hit into the outfield is going to score. Frymuth with his speed at third. He was motoring around the bases for that triple. Frymuth, definitely a 5-tool player. Really 6 tools as he can pitch it. Full count to Tanner Gaff. He's been swinging a big stick in this series. Swing and a miss for out number 1. That'll bring up Tony Bova. We could have a squeeze play coming up. Coach Chodo is going to come out to talk with Malson. I think he wants his second complete game of the season. He may stay out there. See, we got the raindrops on the lens. Not too cool. It is a waterproof camera, which is good. At least it said it was waterproof in the description. It is dark here at the World Baseball Academy with these clouds rolling in. Tony Bova, 0 for 3 in this game. He's 3 for 9 in the series with 2 RBI. Colby Malson now has 12 strikeouts. Wow. Most pitchers in the Crossroads League don't even have 12 on the season. Hit right back at Malson. Safe! Bova safe at first. As Malson checked Frymuth back to third twice. And McGuire drops it at first. Not sure how that's going to be ruled. We have runners at first and third, just 1 out for Jacob Nagy. Jacob's been swinging it. He's got a walk, and he's 1 for 2 in this game. His last AB was a single, an RBI single that scored Tanner Gaff. So that'll be the 5th error of the game for Goshen, as they'll call the E3. Bova's reached safely twice in this game on errors. 0-1's your count. Nagy, the catcher. He's a junior. The other catcher, Vollmer, is a senior. Back. Rain's starting to come down a little harder. Nagy, big home run would be kind of nice right now. Swing and a miss on the pitch down low. Down in this count now, 0-2. Bova is definitely a stolen base threat at first. Cougs with 1 out. Now Nagy down 0-2. Not sure if they'll try the double steal. Probably not with the 2 strikes. But they will check Nagy back to first. Rain really starting to come down now.
Hey, be confident up there, 12. You got this.
I might have to stop updating the computer and just put a blanket over it.
Is the camera in here? We should probably grab this.
Ball swung on into right field. That should score Frymuth. Frymuth coming home on the sacrifice fly by Jacob Nagy. Cougars take the lead, 6-5. Just 1 out now. Tony Bova still at first. We got a new pitcher coming in. We'll be right back with more Cougar Baseball. Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team.
I mean, I always had my family behind me, I always had my team behind me, but to have staff that wanted the best for me and to get me feeling better the quickest was really reassuring.
Parkview Sports Medicine.
Welcome back, everyone. New pitcher, looks like that's number 24.
Hey, let's go, Wolfie! Don't take the foot off the gas! Good job, boy! Let's go, Wolfie!
That first pitch will be inside. Batting for Brady Harris is number 4, Harold Wolf. Bova's off, and another stolen base for Bova as he's going to take third on the wild throw. Tony Bova. Two-0 the count now to Wolf. Batting for Brady Harris. Looks like ITT might be done with their game. 3-1 their count.
Come on, Wolfie.
3-2 now to Wolf. Fouled off the backstop. We're going to do our best to keep this game going, but it's really coming down now. Starting to lose our camera feed. Hopefully we don't lose the camera for the rest of the season. That wouldn't be good. Wolf draws the walk. We have runners at the corners. This new pitcher is number 34, Cade Gorman, a freshman pitcher. He's from Noblesville.
Get off the bag, Gerald. Yeah, Mr. Wolf.
Pinch running for Wolf will be Brady Harris. Your batter is Caden Sullivan.
Let's go, Sully.
He's been swinging it at the dish. Sully struck out in his last AB. He's 0 for 3. He's 1 for 7 in the series. First pitch is drilled into center field. Coming home to score is Tony Bova. Ball gets past Longacre out in center. Coming home to score is Brady Harris. 2-run score on the 2 RBI single, and he takes second on the air for Sully.
Over. Hey, do you dive that far on purpose? Yeah, you dive so far away.
Now up is Mikhail McCowan.
Those are revert back to the 7th. We don't get this. Because I stopped back to the 7th. Like, you go back to the last one.
Mikhail 1-0. Uh-oh, Sully caught in a pickle. Bontrager at third base.
Stay in it! Stay in it!
Sully trying to stay alive here. He's going to be gassed after this effort, and he's tagged out. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Cougs up 8-5. All right. In and out.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot. Here he comes. And Lucas Craw.
Shot hits the post, and the centering feed to Luke Knipster. Shot scores!
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Welcome back. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cougs taking the lead 8-5 after the 3-run top of the 8th. For Goshen, it's going to be Brighton Schofield, Jason Grooms, and Bailey Owens, unless we have some changes. Nice steady rain here at the Ash Center, Cougar Field.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
This is number 9 batting for Schofield, Chase Hunter. First pitch fouled away.
I need somebody on that, please. Like, come on, I need somebody on that. Let's go, guys.
Another one fouled away. 0-2's your count. Hunter once again batting for Brighton Schofield. Schofield had 3 straight strikeouts. Schofield 1 for 9 in this game with 7 strikeouts, 2 walks. Just misses the outside. It's Matt Fiorini back on the bump. We've seen him in every game of this series. All he does is come in and strike batters out. 4 batters faced in game 1, 4 strikeouts. Fiorini in game number 2 pitched 1 inning and had 2 strikeouts. 3 batters faced. He's been on it for the Cougs. Pitch inside for ball 3. Fiorini needs to come back here with the strikeout with the full count. Inside, up and in. Leadoff batter Hunter is on board. Goshen now with 7 errors in this game. That'll bring up Grooms. Grooms 0 for 1, grounded into a 4-6-3 double play back in the 5th. Reached on a fielder's choice and got an RBI back in the 3rd and walked back in the 2nd. 1-0 is the count. Another one fouled away. Looks like I've lost. 2-2 now the count. It's like Cougs might start getting Noah Frymuth warmed up. 2-2 count, 0 outs here for Fiorini. Ball hit at Sully. Hard on the first hop, went right off his chest. We have runners at first and second now with 0 outs. We'll see what that last one gets scored there. I want to say it's going to be an E5 though on Sullivan. Cougars picking up their 2nd error of the game there. Brings up Bailey Owens. Owens, right fielder. Another one upstairs. 2-0's the count. Owens has runners at first and second. This is low for ball 3. Fiorini pitching the Cougs into a jam here. Frymuth still out in center field. Rain is coming down hard. Nice on the called strike. 3-1's your count. Wow. So walk, E5 walk, and the bases are loaded for Goshen. That brings up Bobby Garcia, the leadoff batter. So we got a pitching change. We'll be right back with more Cougar baseball. Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com. Welcome back. Noah Frymuth now on the bump for St. Francis, as that first pitch is going to be fouled away to Garcia. Bobby with bases loaded here. Garcia is 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored in this game. Ball in the dirt. Nice stop by Nagy. Noah Frymuth, a 5.40 ERA, has given up 3 runs and 5 hits and 5 innings pitched. Garcia takes it for strike 2. Frymuth coming in here with bases loaded and 0 outs in the bottom of the 8th. One swing of the bat, Goshen wins this game, 9-8. That would be not good for the Cougs, who took game number 1 4-2 and lost, or 10-2 and lost game number 2. I believe that was 5-4 game. A 4-2 loss in game number 2. Two-two's your count. 3-2 now. Frymuth trying to avoid. Walking in a run. That ball hit into left field. 1 run going to come home to score on the RBI single. 8th hit of the game for Goshen. Bobby Garcia with the RBI single. Hunter comes home to score. That brings up Ben Longacre. First pitch ball by Frymuth. Frymuth just a junior for the righty. Another one upstairs, 2-0's the count. Beautiful for strike number 1. Charlie Betts went 5 innings, 74 pitches, gave up 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. Fiorini gave up 3 walks. This counts 3-1. Full count with bases loaded. Second straight full count here for Frymouth against Ben Longacre, who has 1 strikeout in this series. In this game, he's 1 for 3. Rips that ball into the gap. 1 run comes home, 2 runs come home. 3 runs are going to come home to score on a 3 RBI double by Ben Longacre. And just like that, Goshen wins it 9-8. Why is it 9 innings? Oh, all right. 9-inning game. Game's not over. Second game of the doubleheader is always 9 innings. That was a big hit by Longacre. 3 RBI double. Garcia scores from first. Grooms from third. Owens from second. Still 0 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Clinton Strobel at the dish. That ball got away from Nagy. Yeah, that was just a swing and a miss. Longacre takes third. Your batter now is Tanner Logan.